This old guy DIY technique has to do with raising the seat height in a Grumman SportBoat. So with this boat, the way it comes from the company, the seat is about 9 inches off of the bottom of the boat, which is too low for me. So I took this 2-inch foam, and to make it fit in tight on the bottom piece, you can see I cut this V shape over here, and then I pop the two pieces up, and then they can be forced down together. They kind of snap into place, and now that's just held in by the geometry. Since it's wider up here than it is back there, if anything tries to push it back, this shape locks it all together anyway. And then I took a smaller piece of foam, the second one to put on top here, and that one is just the right width to sit on top. And then I've been using this fiberglass product. It's plastic on one side and has some fiberglass stuff on the other. So I take this, it's hard to do one-handed, but I cut it so it's a little bit oversized so I can tuck it in on both sides, and I'll do that right now. So I put that plastic fiberglass slip sheet on, tucked in under the two edges, and that takes my height of the seat from the factory 9 inches up to about 13 inches. And then the last step is I measured what it would take. Actually, it's from right here. So I measured across the front of the seat, and it's 33.5 inches wide. Across the rear of the seat is 28.5 inches wide. So then I just wrote on here, I'm going to take a piece of fabric that's 33.5 by 28.5, and to wrap it around from this point to this point over here is 29 inches. So this evening I'll sew up a piece of camo cloth, and I'm going to put a hem in each side effectively, so I can run a little fiberglass rod through it, or an aluminum arrow if you have the old 30 or 32 inch arrows from Easton. In my case, I'm going to put a fiberglass rod like you use to mark where the driveway is before it snows. So I'll put a fiberglass rod on each side, and I'm just going to put one clip down here and one clip on the other side and one in the middle. And anyway, I'll have a little camo seat on top of this foam. It'll be a much more comfortable height, and it'll also be warmer. This is what my seat cover looks like, and I took these stakes, just a piece of fiberglass with a piece on the end, and I cut them to length. So I have a little rubber piece hanging out on each side. If you look at the back, I just took a piece of fabric and hemmed the edges so it wouldn't fray. What I'm going to do now is take this thing, and I just took some big heavy-duty zip ties and put one zip tie on each side just to hold that whole big sandwich together. So what I'm going to do now is lay this thing in and attach it on the ends with a little piece of metal. Just have this little piece of strapping that I cut. See, there's this metal hanger strap. So I just made a little piece out of it. I'm going to drill a hole in the seat, use this screw, put it through there, and attach the thing. This is what the finished seat cover looks like. I ended up having to put in a couple of self-tapping screws. So I've got a screw about every 8 inches now across the front. That little fiberglass rod had more flex than I expected. And then in the back, I just did the self-tapping screws. I don't have the metal brackets on the ends. So anyway, the thing pulled down pretty nicely. Should be comfortable to sit on. I tucked the edges in under the edge of the boat a little bit. So we'll see what the season brings, see if it can hold up to the life on the road. Have a nice day.